Kaiju Battle Simulator, a VR game based off the movie Pacific Rim that allows you to fight kaiju in a giant mech while utilizing several different weapons. I'm certain that there are tons of people who would love the experience of doing this in a VR headset, but a lot of people also don't have those, me included. However, instead of fantasizing about the game, I decided to jump into the kitchen and try to figure out a way I could enjoy this game without needing to buy a VR headset. And that is how I came to create my version of Kaiju Battle Simulator for mouse and keyboard. Hey, wait a minute, now get that up out of here. That's what I mean. Goodness, can't even get the pictures right. Anyways, here is how I did it. I decided to make the punching system first by using a mixture between inverse kinematics in Unity and ragdolls. I made the ragdoll copy the position of the inverse kinematic arms, and I made it so that when you hold the mouse button down, depending on whether you're left or right clicking, the arm will follow the mouse, giving you a totally physics-based arm that is capable of punching things and using actual forces. Afterward, I moved on to the enemy. Now, this was actually very difficult to do, and I needed to get really creative with how I did this. Ultimately, I made 2 extra versions of this model to use in the finished enemy. As you're going to see here, this guy controls the animations. Since the enemy is a ragdoll, he is going to be being controlled by the motions of an animated model that is not one. As you can see, he's just walking, and when I walk up to this here enemy, he actually attacks me when he gets within range. There's another one that's meant to control his rotation. This guy sticks close to the enemy and faces the player so that he can rotate toward the player, and the root position of that enemy that's rotating is copied to the ragdoll, which allows that ragdoll to follow my rotation and constantly look at me while still animating. And here is what happened when I tried to attach a regular enemy script to the ragdoll. It completely broke, and you could just enjoy seeing this thing absolutely flip out. He is gonna break every single bone in his body just by existing like this. So yes, you can clearly see that I needed to fix this for both my sake and his sake. He does not deserve this. I finally actually got him to work correctly. And the reason why he still looks broken is actually because I attached a script to each of his parts that made it so that when they get hit with enough force, they take damage. And when the health reaches 0, they go limp. And if a spinal area is damaged, like part of the torso, he will go limp completely. This can allow you to actually damage certain parts of his body, similarly to how you can break limbs in the original game. It's not exactly the same, but I honestly like this very much. I also added weapons, like the blade arm, and as you'll see soon, the missile launcher. I achieved this by writing a script that made it so that when you use the scroll wheel, depending on how much up or down you go, it will activate the mesh renderer and collider of certain arms and deactivate those of the other, allowing you to switch the weapons of one arm at a time with each scroll, and therefore utilize all of the weapons. I don't really know how to effectively attach all of the weapons to one set of arms, but I'm personally very happy with this result. And if the arms look jittery, don't worry about it. This is strictly for demonstration purposes. Let's move on to the buildings. I made it so that when you hit pieces of the building with enough force, they will get a rigid body, which will cause them to fly out of place, and they will also spawn a particle effect. That way, I don't need to worry about a rigid body constantly being attached to each piece and taxing my computer. Yes, I didn't yet figure out how to make the pieces fall down, but hopefully I one day will. You and the kaiju can destroy the buildings. And I used those same buildings to build the city. I could have added more diversity in the buildings, and I will soon probably if I advance this game, but as you can see, I added city elements like roads, cars, traffic lights, and even some fire hydrants and trees. And also, this red dot is the enemy spawner. It spawns an enemy whenever you press the O button. O for opposition. As you can see, I can crush the car, and I can even use the grabbing arm that I added to pick up and throw the car into the stratosphere. If you want to pick it up and slam it into a building, you can do that too, or even throw it at a kaiju. And as you can see, I added the ocean, and I do understand that the Eiffel Tower is missing, but it's alright, I'll add that soon. And here is a showcase of the rocket launchers. I know that in the game they are shoulder rockets, but this is not meant to be an exact one-to-one copy, just like a 95% remake, you know? And I think I did pretty good anyway, so yes, I'm happy with this. Now, let me show you the gameplay. Enjoy! And that is how I remade Kaiju Battle Simulator for mouse and keyboard. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And I might potentially even make this game open to the public one day so that you guys can enjoy Kaiju Battle Simulator as well. No promises, because I don't know how hard that's going to be, but if I do decide to do it, I will let you guys know. Have a great day, and God bless. Bye!